Your mama's coming to pick you up to go hang out. Yeah, she is. But anyways, so my computer is all charged up. And I am going to be completing this top and also fixing the pants that I made for it, the matching pants. I'm going to take out because you see how long it is right here? It always be falling on me, so it's too long. Like it passed my belly button, and I don't want that. So I'm going to make it more shorter. But and the mama's doggies are coming, so I gotta make sure. Your mom's coming soon, you guys. Okay, like really soon. But I wanted to keep crocheting and stuff, but I was live earlier, and this person tried to insult me by saying "your" with the wrong "your," Y-O-U-R, not educated. And I'm thinking to myself, how do you tell somebody something about education, but you don't know how to spell? And one thing about it is that there's going to be people in your life who are going to try and like insult you or bring you down or say something. But you got to understand that a lot of people haven't arrived where they want to be in their life. And that is what they are meant to do. They are meant to try and feed off of your energy by trying to insult you or put you down. And one thing about life is that those people don't matter. They don't matter. Obviously, people who feel that they must tell somebody how to live their life obviously have not succeeded in their own life. So they look outside of their own being to tell somebody like, hey, like a parent, you know what I mean? And when they cannot get the reaction that they want out of you, they move to insulting you, trying to put you down so that they can feel better about themselves. And once you know who you are and how much freaking energy you have and how much you can alchemize your own energy, you know who to give those energy to. When somebody tries to put you down or you just turn around and walk away. Turn around and walk away because those people haven't arrived at their own destination yet. So they must try and bring you down to feel something about themselves. And the thing about life is you do not cater to nobody else's feelings. Don't cater to nobody else's feelings because the people are always searching and trying to feed off of energy. When people try to come and feed off of your energy, recognize it. Recognize it because they like to do little jabs or little tiny things, and you can go and like rebuttal the same kind like of, let's just say, hatred, like energy vampire feeling. You can do the same thing, but that's not gonna grow you. That's not gonna help you elevate, and you're gonna see what kind of human being you wanna be. If you respond to that person in like the same rah rah rah, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't actually like help you elevate or grow as a person. The best thing you can just say is this person, you are not my life. You do not give me breath. You don't do anything to me. Therefore, whatever you just said, you just wasted energy. So that's all I have to say is control your energy because people are out here siphoning energy. They want to suck it. All the succubus, all the warlocks want to suck up your energy. And it is your job to literally manifest that, take that energy, manifest it into your own happy days. Don't let nobody ever try to bring you down because their way of how they're living their life is not the way they want to. They want to come and parent you and tell you how you should live your life. No, we all die alone. If you're a twin, you will still die alone. Do not let somebody navigate your course of life. That makes no sense. It makes no sense, you know? And then whenever somebody tries to like suck in your energy, even if you respond with the same kind of energy as them, it's still them taking it away from you. Just take that energy they give you, alchemize that energy into your own feeling, multiply it, prosper, and grow. People will always give you energy, good energy, bad energy, controlling energy, negative energy, whatever energy. Your job is to take that energy from yourself and alchemize it and grow. Because at the end of the day, what people see about your life, it doesn't matter. It really does not matter. how people view you and how you're gonna go about your life. People's views on your life does not matter. That's it. And then one thing about life is this: we have so much time on this earth. You choose to bring somebody down, man, I bet that's gonna be a long life for you where you are just feeling negative. All you can do from this life is grow. That's all you gotta do. If you ain't growing nobody else, why are you opening your mouth in somebody else's life? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Okay? Now, I am going to keep controlling. I mean, keep on crocheting because the puppies are about to leave really, really soon. And I want to finish this outfit. So, yeah. And I remember why my alarm went off early this morning because I had an interview at 1, and thankfully like my phone reminded me, so I was like woo woo. But yeah, let me put my books here. Let me do this, and I was watching. What case are we gonna watch? The shocking interrogation that made detectives go silent. So it's about with a woman.
Detectives. Her voice was calm. She said she woke up and her husband was already dead. She said she didn't see anyone. But then she said something else. And that's when I seen the blood on the wall, and I just grabbed a piece of toilet paper and wet it and wiped it off. The detective didn't raise his voice. He simply asked, "I was trying to protect him." I was trying to protect him. And just like that, the story cracked. This moment taps directly into cognitive leakage.
When the puppies have to go, I'm gonna have to pop. I'm gonna have to go downstairs
but can't control what slips through. Pandora believed her story would hold. She believed the lie was simple enough to survive scrutiny. But the pertinent questions are who this demonic woman is, what happened on October the 17th, 2009. Welcome back to my channel. I don't have many followers, but your single comment is a ray of hope for me.
So I decided to go to nursing school because I always wanted to help others. OHSU was my #1 school for a while. I feel like the faculty are a lot more accessible here.
#1 quote for
they give a lot of
2026.
different resources for us.
Do
With my cohort,
not.
I feel like we're all in this together. There is no competitiveness here. We're here for each other.
Do not let energy vampires suck up your energy. Okay?
You can look at the same
That's it. Now, 2026. Do not let succubus warlocks suck up your energy. They're out there. There's people out there sucking people's energy. Alright? And they don't have to touch you. They just have to open their mouth like Flappy Bird, okay? Your point in life is to grow. Just grow. Grow in this beautiful life. Just grow. Yeah, that's it.
Oh my God, I need help. It's everywhere. Ma'am, stay calm. We have a unit on the way. Territorial disputes over cosmetic jurisdiction, or vanity vandalism. That's what they called me in for.
A new study shows that makeup-cluttered sinks are
On the early morning of October 17th, 2009, in Miamisburg, Ohio, police were dispatched to a modest apartment following a frantic 911 call. Inside, they found Charles Zahn, a former Army veteran and corrections officer, lying dead in his bed. He had been brutally stabbed multiple times.
Here's what it looks like
the home
so far.
showed signs of chaos, but not the kind investigators expect from a true home invasion. The October
I'm
air was
excited
cold,
to see what
the
it looks.
apartment
It's gonna
dim,
look like.
and it seemed strangely quiet for a crime of such violence.
Now
Charles's
what I
wife,
must do
Pandora
is
Zahn, was found shaken but physically unharmed. She told police that intruders had entered the home while she slept and attacked her husband. She claimed she had been knocked unconscious and only discovered the crime after waking. At first glance, the story seemed plausible, but something felt off. The house showed no forced entry. The timeline didn't align, and Pandora's calm demeanor raised concern. Detectives brought her to interrogation. Today we will look into the psychological aspects of this case. As detectives began asking routine questions, the story slowly unraveled. Over hours of questioning, Pandora revealed inconsistencies about the night, her movements, and what she had seen. Investigators learned that she had been struggling emotionally, that her marriage was deteriorating, and that her adult son, Cody Henderson, had recently been deeply involved in her life. Today, we will look into the psychological aspects of this case.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys didn't bring anybody else. It's bad enough you two were involved, but it's good you didn't involve anybody else.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's start back at what I want to do is I want, again, to go over the reasons, like the different reasons in the past why you were to this point with Chuck. But first, I just want to kind of start at Wednesday, go through Saturday, then we'll go back and we'll talk about, this is why I was so
I put it
built up.
on
This
like
is why I
this.
was at the end of my rope.
Put this hook on it like this so that I won't
I
mess
think
up on
that's
the
important.
count,
That's
on the lining of it, because I don't count.
Okay.
I do not like to
So.
count
Yeah, I think so.
when I just
think
like to guesstimate.
Because like I told you before, if there's no reason for this, you don't give a reason, people are just going to think you're
See, I have to attach it and then you'll see it better. But right now I gotta get on
bad
to it.
decision.
I can't
You've
mess up.
got the bipolar thing going on that makes you do things you don't normally do. And this was your only way out. The only way you knew is get out. And if you're going to get out, there's no reason why you guys couldn't benefit from it at the same time. I mean, that made it secondary. The most important part was to get out, I think. It was. Okay. It was just to be done. And the money was secondary, right? Okay. The money really didn't matter to me.
The money mattered to Cody.
Yeah.
Detectives subtly reframe Pandora's actions as the result of desperation rather than malice. This aligns with neutralization theory, Sykes and Matza, 1957, which explains how individuals justify wrongdoing by minimizing moral blame. By presenting her behavior as understandable rather than evil, investigators make confession psychologically tolerable, allowing Pandora to admit involvement without fully accepting moral culpability.
Cody, what did you tell Cody you were getting out of that? He was talking about a car, and I was like, yeah, a car, and make sure your boys are taken care of, and I'll give you money, and the same kind of thing that I told Misty since then. If I ever got any money, I was going to make sure she had a dependable vehicle, and I was going to set up a trust fund for the grandkids.
Well, let's start with Wednesday, because Wednesday's the night you told Cody that, right?
Wednesday afternoon.
Wednesday afternoon. Okay, let's just go straight there, and we'll just make it quick. And
we shouldn't have to be here real long. I called Misty, and so Wednesday, what was the conversation Wednesday? We were riding, and
you and Cody.
Me and Cody.
This is gonna be fun. Look at that. Fun adding.
And I think I was kind of in a quiet mood, and he asked me what was going on, and I told him that I couldn't stay with Chuck anymore, that I was done with it. He had hurt me a couple days before that, being too rough, and during sex, and had started talking because I thought I had the transsexual thing lit, but you didn't. I didn't, and he started talking about it again. How bad that he really wanted. To bring one into marriage, and I just told Cody, I said, I can't do this anymore. I said, one of us is going to end up dying. I did tell Cody that.
Detectives allow Pandora to speak at length about her life, marriage, and emotional struggles before ever challenging her version of events. This tactic relies on cognitive load theory, Sweller, 1988, which holds that the more information a person must manage mentally, the harder it becomes to maintain deception. By encouraging excessive storytelling, investigators increase the likelihood of contradictions, memory slips, and unintentional omissions. Pandora's increasingly detailed monologues ultimately create the inconsistencies that undermine her credibility.
Your questions, Mr. Nicole. It's not Nicole. I'm sorry. Entirely my fault.
Less self-doubt.
I
What
can't
if I
even
ask a few
skip it
questions, Mr. Leloc?
Finally, Swiss-level accuracy. What a gentleman.
Thanks very much.
If you feel like you're spending too much money on your car insurance and you're ready to start shopping around, let Jerry help you. The customer service
Jerry, help
ability.
What he knew that I hadn't thought about suicide for a long time. And I said, I just don't want to do this anymore. I said, I'm tired of feeling this way. I mean, 7 years of feeling like 8 years, feeling like you're not enough. You can't even please your husband, and I did everything I could. I mean, I get up at him he had to be at work at 4:30. I would get up at him at 3:15 in the morning and pack his lunch and help lay his clothes out and iron his, I would make sure his uniforms was ironed, and I would polish his boots for him. And I mean,
Man, she polished his
I did
boots.
everything for him. And when he shared that with people he worked with, they were like, why do you treat her like crap? Because they would hear him sometimes on the phone talking to me, some of the guys that why did she put up with you, Yeah. But then he always made everything out to be me. Everything was my fault, well, if you weren't this way, if you weren't that way, then I wouldn't be doing this, and you wouldn't make me feel like this.
And so you told Cody you might be thinking about suicide too?
I just told him that I was going to end this one way or another. And,
meaning that you were going to kill Chuck or you yourself?
So that's what I was talking about.
Okay.
And,
I want to clarify that.
And he said, Mom, you don't want to do that. He said, how are you going to live? And I said, well, I'm on disability. If I leave him, I'll be okay. I'll make sure I'm okay. I'm just going to get spousal support. I would have got part of his retirement for the years that we were married, just like Darlene did. And I said, I can always get a part-time job. And I said, I'll do what I have to do. And
rather than confronting Pandora with accusations, detectives normalize her feelings of frustration, emotional exhaustion, and despair. This approach draws from effect labeling theory, Lieberman et al., 2007, which shows that when people feel emotionally understood, their psychological defenses weaken. By validating her emotional pain, detectives create an environment where confession feels less like punishment and more like emotional release.
The better solution is if Chuck was dead. You wouldn't have to put up with him anymore. He said, he's never going to leave you alone. And he said, you'd have the insurance money. You'd be taken care of. You wouldn't have to worry about things, worry about working. And I said, I know, you're right. That would solve a lot of problems, but I'm still going to make it. Like I said, my counselor and I have been talking about it for a long time. And she had actually recently at a recent visit before that, asked me just how much more I was going to take before I left. She said, whether you believe it or not, you are strong enough to do it at this point. And
now I can take this out because it's lined up.
He said, I'm serious. He said, I could just kill him and I would take care of everything. And I said, well, you're right. If he was dead, it would take care of everything. He wouldn't hurt people and be mean to people and wouldn't have to put up with all the
He said if you eliminate him, he wouldn't be mean to people anymore.
When physical abuse stopped and the mental abuse kicked in 10 times as worse. How many times he told me he'd hate me, that he hated me. Someone is near me. And
At multiple moments, investigators allow long pauses after Pandora finishes speaking. This silence is intentional and rooted in interactional pressure theory, which explains that humans feel an instinctive need to fill conversational gaps. Silence increases anxiety, and the suspect often continues talking to relieve discomfort, frequently revealing more than intended. Pandora repeatedly fills these pauses with deeper admissions.
That was obvious. You wouldn't go let you out of marriage, I think, so she told me earlier. He wasn't. You're doing a lot out of marriage.
Let me show you what it looks like now that I have put the band on.
Those last 2 or 3 weeks.
Many. Okay, boom. So now, what I am going to be doing is I will go up,
I didn't cook something right.
back down, because the bottom part is gonna be more. I want the chest to be closed a little bit more because nips might slip. Nips like to slip, especially when I be making my tops.
Down, fingerprints on my neck one time. Wore turtlenecks for days until it went away.
So I'm gonna go up, down, across, okay?
So Cody brought this up. You guys decided that is a good idea. Ended up on the knife, and you're like, that sounds like a good idea. Because of him killing Chuck, you were going to get him a car or something, and you were going to get yourself a house or something like that.
Take care of the grandkids.
Right, take care of his kids if he did it, and take care of him if he did it. But on your end, you were going to take care of getting yourself a house. Is that accurate?
Some kind of security.
Okay.
And taking care of Chuck's son over in Germany.
Okay.
Pay my parents back.
Okay.
So that conversation was on Wednesday.
Rather than seeking a full confession immediately, detectives guide Pandora through small agreements, acknowledging stress, acknowledging fear, acknowledging resentment. This relies on commitment and consistency theory, Cialdini, 1984, which suggests that once people agree to minor statements, they feel compelled to remain consistent with those positions. Each agreement nudges her closer to admitting intent and participation.
Oh my God.
And now that you're back in, how did you get back in the apartment? He'd come back, told you, "Can I help you find the knife?" Is that when? He was yelling for me, and I wasn't doing anything when he called me a bitch until we get inside. Well, he was threatening you. He's just mad because you're not coming in, right? Correct. He wasn't threatening you. He's just, bitch, get back in here. He's mad because he's all hyped up. He's doing this, and he needed help finding the knife. He's kind of freaking out. Is that accurate? All right, so you go back in, and you had told me that Chuck was on the floor, and you saw him doing something. He was on the floor.
I'm tangled up.
Between the bed and the nightstand. And that's when Cody was trying to get me to go get another knife, and I wouldn't. And he stomped Chuck in the head.
Okay.
Hit him in the head like 2 or 3 times. So he was trying to get you to go get another knife? Yeah, and I wouldn't. I wasn't moving. Because I came in, I seen everything, and I just kind of melted on the couch and couldn't move. And at that point, we kind of talked a little bit earlier, at that point, you see a lot of blood, right? Cody's covered from head to toe. Cody's covered in blood. Chuck is covered in blood. Blood's on your bed. On the floor, on the walls. Cody was originally, the plan was Cody was going to go in and slit his throat and be done. That was it, right? And when you went in and seen all that, when we initially interviewed, I told you that you had told me it wasn't supposed to be like this. It wasn't supposed to be that messy. You were referring to, it wasn't supposed to be that bloody. It was supposed to be one cut to the throat and done. Right? Is that right? Okay.
Investigators repeatedly return to specific times, movements, and sequences of events. This method is rooted in reality monitoring theory, Johnson and Ray, 1981, which shows that fabricated memories lack sensory and temporal consistency. By forcing Pandora to revisit details, detectives expose contradictions between what she claims to remember and what logically could have occurred.
How many did he take that day? I don't know. He took him because we really did have a good day together on that Friday. There was no arguing. It was kind of a rainy, cloudy like day, kind of cool, and we stayed inside and I think we went someplace at one point to a store or something. Maybe rented a movie. But he was being anxious all the time. He was so miserable with his job.
So did you call him off sick Thursday and Friday in anticipation of what you and Cody had complaining? It was just because
he wanted to be off.
He wanted to be off, and he wanted to be the one to make a phone call.
Yeah, he always needed to make a phone call. He never called himself off sick.
Well, I know you told me originally, and I think you told us a little tonight, but originally you told us that Friday you called off work. You guys actually had a good day Friday.
Mm-hmm.
You fixed him his favorite meal Friday night. Remember that?
Yeah, I'm trying to think what it was at the point.
It was
chicken paprika or haluska.
It was something from some other country.
Yeah, it was probably chicken paprika.
You told me you fixed him his favorite meal.
Mm-hmm.
You guys had sex.
Mm-hmm.
You guys spent the day together.
Mm-hmm.
Was that all because you knew what was coming over the weekend?
That was him. I mean,
I wanted to have sex.
I wanted to have sex, but he was the one that made the day okay. Because usually he would take a day off to spend with me and we do nothing but fight.
Yeah.
He was just gonna.
Well, since you knew this was coming over the weekend, if you were just trying to make these last day great,
no, it just worked out that way.
She was trying to make her husband's last day good because she knew it was coming, so she smashed him.
Detectives subtly contrast Pandora's self-image.
She's like,
as a
since you're
caring
gonna be
mother
leaving
devoted
soon,
wife,
let me give you a
with the actions
smash.
being described. This tactic exploits
Let me give you some
cognitive
pum
dissonance
pum.
theory, Festinger,
Pum pum for the
1957,
grave.
which holds that psychological discomfort
Some
arises
pum
when
pum for
behavior
the
contradicts self-identity.
road.
As the dissonance grows, individuals often
Your
resolve
travels
it
will
through
be short,
confession,
but I'm gonna give you some
reframing their
pum
actions
pums. That's what she
as
said.
unavoidable.
I'm gonna give you some pum pum for the road. Anything I want.
Just be a part of the realm of selling old clothes on Vinted. You snap a few pics and add a price, list it, and it
Mama.
Avoidable or justified.
But I don't know how many pills he took that day. I know I've seen him take them a couple times, but I don't know how many. I stopped asking him how many he was taking. I know. Was it that day? It was sometime. He had me. It may have even been that day. He had me call Adrian looking for pills to have him look for some Clonopins or something for him.
Cody, what pills did Cody normally sell? Was it yours or?
My pain pills. My Percocet.
Percocet.
Well, let me just recap. You tell me if I'm accurate.
I got an ear too.
Man, I don't like that scratchy sound.
Chuck was especially bad the last couple weeks. Treating you bad, rough sex, wanting to move a transvestite into your home. Because he's meeting all these people online. You've had it. You're tired of dealing with it. You're at some point here recently, you didn't want to tell your therapist that you were being suicidal, thinking suicidal thoughts because of your relationship with Chuck. So that Wednesday before this all happened, you talked to Cody and said, I'm thinking about committing suicide. Somebody's going to die. Yeah, I'm thinking about committing suicide. I was like, oh, Mom, no. Don't commit suicide for my mom. I don't want anything to happen to you. I'll take care of it. I'll take care of Chuck. I'm going to kill Chuck. Let's figure out how we can do it. And Cody starts throwing ideas out there. Cody says, hey, I can do the brakes. I can fix the brakes on the Jeep. That might hurt you or it might not work.
Detectives subtly redirect blame towards circumstances, mental health, or external pressure rather than intent. This technique draws on attribution theory, Hyder, 1958, allowing the suspect to confess while preserving a sense of moral self-worth. Pandora repeatedly frames her actions as reactions rather than decisions. A hallmark of this psychological maneuver.
My peanut butter in a gun. That sounds so good right now.
I'll get a knife and I'll cut his throat. And if we kill him, you'll be free from him. You won't have to put up with him anymore.
Okay, that's the most beautiful thing about crocheting. It will help you with your frustration or your patience, because I just had to unravel this because the gut came out first just to keep crocheting. And then I'm going to it's still twirly. Twirl it, and then I will shove the guts back in so that it will not be a hassle for me. Meh. Okay, good. Now, since this is good right here like this, I can take this gut where it's coming from, I can shove it back in. Get in there.
What you're giving $20 for at that point. You come back out, Cody's gone, Cody's inside, back out, has
there
the
we go.
knife.
Now I have a better one,
I'm
see?
slit Chuck's foot with, I'm going to kill him
Boom,
this
that guy.
And not a whole lot of conversation happens at that point, but Cody said, I'm going to do it this weekend. Thursday night, rolls into Friday. Friday morning, at some point in there, Cody says, I need a car. Some to go get my license, some to drive around in. And if I'm going to come up there and do this to Chuck, I need wheels to get away. Is that accurate? Okay. So you're all right. And you did talk to Chuck about that?
About renting
the car? Yeah. All right. So you talk to Chuck. Chuck says, yeah, you're renting the car. Cody comes, gives you money.
My baby.
How much money did he give you?
There's $250 in there. That's what the deposit was.
My baby fell down.
That's what the deposit was.
And I stopped at the bank.
By the end of the interrogation, Pandora exhibits signs of emotional depletion.
Where are you, my
rambling
love?
speech, lowered resistance, and emotional surrender. This reflects ego depletion theory, Baumeister et al., 1998.
Got it.
Posits that sustained cognitive and emotional effort.
Now let me continue.
Once depleted,
sorry, sir, I have to.
Collapses. And truth emerges not through force, but fatigue.
No playing time. No. You know what he wants? He wants snacks. And he's not getting any. I already gave him some. I already gave him snacks 3 times today. What?
Cody and Michelle are with you. You guys go from the bank, the bank and Walmart, over to Enterprise Rental Car.
You guys want to go downstairs, outside? Yeah, I'm most likely going to have to. Yeah. If I don't go, I'm going to get cussed out. I will be back. Let's go, doggy, because they be yelling at me. Come on. I'll be back.
Somewhere around the corner there. You take him, give him the little car, you take the Jeep back, and then he goes on. But renting that car was for multiple reasons. 1, for him to get his license. 2, to run around, and 3 is basically a getaway car, for lack of better terms, correct?
Correct.
All right. And you knew that initially when you rented it for him. Friday, you tell him, you had like 20-some phone conversations with him.
I just kept on trying to keep them like they wasn't there. And then I was
he was literally coming to get me. I opened the door for them because he wanted to go play. That dog can fetch all day.
I'm not sure if this is a good idea, but you don't tell him, don't, at this point. Your thing is Chuck's a fighter, it's going to be harder than you think it is. And Cody says, I got this.
Right.
Detectives repeatedly asked Pandora to retell
that
events
little run,
in increasing detail, subtly reshaping
exercise
her into a chronological narrative.
Whoosh!
technique draws from narrative
That's
coherence,
good.
Pennington and Hasty, 1986, which explains that people feel psychological pressure to make their story internally consistent. As Pandora refined her version, inconsistencies became more obvious, forcing her to either correct herself or accept responsibility. The more she narrated, the more she became cognitively committed to the version that implicated her.
So, from that point, you and Cody part. I don't think you've seen him after that. After you're in the car, now you know he's coming over the weekend, possibly Friday. That's why you're all nervous Friday evening. So you don't want, when Cody comes to confront Chuck with a knife, you don't want Cody to get shot. Right. So you take the knife or the gun out of the drawer, the nightstand drawer where Chuck keeps it, and you hide it in the toy box over by the window.
I'm probably gonna end up making like 3 to 4 lives today. Because I'm gonna probably have to stop this when the puppy's mummies come and then get back on again. But I will finish this set today. I will finish the top and I will take out these pants, not all the way, just to the bottom so I can have the bodacious booty showing. I'm trying to have the line on the crap. Okay, so it'll be like left cheek, right cheek, Mars and Mercury, Mars and Mercury, Mars and Mercury. So when you're walking, Mars and Mercury, Mars and Mercury, yeah. I'm making astronomical puns.
It's worse than you could imagine because Chuck is fighting. It didn't work, stabbing him once like Cody said he would do. So it's much worse than, it wasn't supposed to be like this. It wasn't supposed to be this messy. That comment you made to us was accurate. It wasn't supposed to be this messy. It wasn't supposed to happen like this. You come back in, you see Cody kicking Chuck. Cody's tells you help him find a knife at some point. You try to help him find a knife, but at that point, he finds it, right? He tells you to go get another knife before he found his knife. You said no, you're on the couch. You close your eyes. At some point, Chuck's trying to get back up on the bed.
I decided to go nursing because I was really sickly as a child, and I was constantly in the hospital in Boise. And I think those nurses that I had taking care of me really just put me in this career path. They were so
appreciate that.
Rather than confronting Pandora aggressively, investigators maintained a calm, structured tone, allowing her to speak freely without interruption. This reflects containment theory, buy-in 1962, which holds that individuals under emotional stress become more compliant when they feel emotionally held rather than attacked. By never escalating, detectives prevented her from retreating into silence or legal defensiveness.
Cody goes and gets a knife, another knife from the kitchen, right? We didn't get a knife until the kitchen was done. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So, Cody gets another knife, finishes what he's doing, tells you help him find a knife. You guys help look for the knife, Cody found it. At some point, somebody cleaned the knife off. It looked like a kitchen knife or something on the rag. It was a stick on it. Yeah, that's what it looked like on the rag. The rag's forward up. Did you clean that off or did you? No, that was Cody. So Cody cleaned that off. He took the knife with him, right? He brings you out a bag. You hold the bag open. He's putting laptops in it, asking you where the gun's at. He goes and gets it, puts it in the bag. He says, Mom, I've cut myself. You're in the bathroom with them. He puts things around the wall and you clean that off because you don't want, you see, it's
I gotta go back.
You know, you're trying to protect.
I gotta go back right here because I missed the stitch. And there's no way I'm gonna be wearing this knowing there's a loose stitch.
Then we have our interaction for that day, Saturday. When we're all done, you called Cody to come and get you. Because at some point in our conversation, you're saying you're afraid of Cody, but that wasn't true, correct? You're not afraid of Cody. You called him to come get you, and we've already told you you're not afraid of Cody, correct? Because this wasn't about you. It was about Chuck, correct? So he's not turning anger on you. And in fact, he's, until recently, until hearing all that, been protecting you.
Detectives repeatedly framed Pandora as a mother, wife, and caregiver before addressing her role in the crime. This tactic draws on self-concept preservation theory, which explains that people are more willing to confess when their core identity is affirmed rather than attacked. By reinforcing her identity as someone who meant well, they allowed her to admit wrongdoing without fully destroying her self-image.
But is all that accurate? Is there anything wrong? Was all right. I'll tell you what, I'm not having you write all that. I know. I'm sorry.
The scratchiness.
When you write your statement,
I'm gonna.
when you write it out, and just be as detailed as possible. When you write that out, I'll go call Misty and have her get started up here. You can smoke in here a little bit. If you want to do it in this statement, or if you want to write a separate statement, if you want to, you can write an apology letter to Chuck's family. Do you want to do that? Yeah. All right.
My pen.
Absolutely. Can I call you the rest of your first, though?
And you're going to give this to her when... No.
Yes.
All right.
The interview strategically juxtaposed Pandora's claimed intentions with a brutal outcome. This leveraged cognitive dissonance theory, Festinger, 1957, the discomfort caused when beliefs conflict with actions. As detectives highlighted the contrast between her claimed fear and the organized planning, the psychological tension increased until resolution became necessary through confession.
He wouldn't. I told him, I said, well, I don't know. He said, I told him, I said, I need to talk to Misty. I said, can you have her call? He said, well, she's a neighbor, I can't go get her. It's too cold out to take my kid out. But it's important to go get her. Yeah, he said, well, maybe I have a neighbor who can get her. But she's at the neighbor's. I don't get it. He said he'll let her call me back in a minute.
Try to tell them if she doesn't come back in the next. They just live across the street. Their neighbor just lives across the street. She should have called you back by now. Sam said.
So she's not with, what's his name, Eric? Is that her other boyfriend, Eric?
They got married February 24th. Dumbass. He left her a month ago for a 17-year-old. That was it.
Wow. He left her for a 17-year-old.
I'll call Paul so hear that.
Detectives repeatedly validated her emotions without validating her actions, a method rooted in Rogerian client-centered theory, Rogers, 1951. This allowed Pandora to feel heard while still being held accountable. Validation reduced defensiveness, making her more likely to volunteer incriminating details.
This is what we have so far.
Of her admissions.
But I'm gonna add way more. We're gonna go around more. We're gonna go probably. Gotta hold the whole breath.
I also want you to accuse of the questions I ask, answer the answer.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go up to like
very good.
this high.
But I also want you,
right here.
I want you to read them, make sure that I didn't write anything else besides what you told me. I know you trust me, but I still want you to read it just up on that.
All right.
It's your letter, right?
I know.
Yeah, no, the letter's a personal thing for you to them, and I think it's just fine.
Yeah, just read the questions and answers to make sure I didn't sneak in anything on you.
You're going to be seeing Cody.
Yeah, I'm sure at some point here soon.
You told me not to tell the truth.
No, let me know. Sorry. I will. Now, that's one thing, you know, that I have flawless concern on that. That's one thing. I had a just burning question about that. You know, I know you guys.
Here's another one. Gotta
plan this together and
bring it
By
down
continuously
because the gut
referencing
came out.
timelines,
See
detectives
the thing
use
about
temporal
the
anchoring
rayon
theory,
from
which
bamboo
limits a suspect's
yarn?
ability to psychologically distance
I can't
themselves from the
grab the
act.
gut
When
because
events
they
are
have it so
anchored to
tight inside,
specific
so I have to
times,
grab the
choices
outside
feel
part, which
intentional
on
rather than accidental.
ultimately
This strip
sometimes
Pandora
the
of the
gut
ability
actually
to
comes
reframe
out
a
and I
murder
have
as
to like
impulsive.
detangle a lot. But that just shows you must be patient, and the more patient you are, the more beautiful the product comes out. And that's all I care about is making a product the way I
Never
want
sue
to
the
make
other
it,
driver
rather
after
than
a car
rushing
accident.
and being
There's a
frustrated.
better way to get paid a way bigger check without having to go to court or pay.
I'm probably gonna skip this. This was not the best one. I thought I was gonna get something juicier, but no, not juicy. Not juicy juice. There's like nothing. Let me just do interrogations instead of interrogations 2026. Interrogations and confessions. Then they'll show me some. Landlord kills all his tenants, hides them in suitcase. All of these tenants? Hold on. That might be inside. The most disturbing interrogation you've ever seen. JC. You see, I love interrogations. Interrogations are my favorite ones because then I get to watch the person go ding, 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 bang, 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 bang. What the person starts ding, 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 and then they go bang, 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 bang. And I'm pretty sure I am going to watch. I don't like watching ones where there's children and I'm like children who have committed crimes. I don't like watching those. Mm-mm. I think I will watch the tenant, the landlord. Alki Beach. I used to go there every weekend just to enjoy life. Now, watching that.
Left horrified with its contents. This stinks, y'all. Inside were the bodies of Austin Warner and Jessica Lewis, left abandoned and alone. After weeks of investigating this crime, detectives will zero in on one man they suspect to be behind it all, landlord Michael Lee Dudley.
so, and you were happy with them living? Well, I would have been happier if they ran.
Michael has done his best to cover his tracks, which means detectives need to get to the bottom of this double homicide before this old man slips away.
Right now, you are under arrest right now. For support. You know your mind, you're saying, I killed him?
On June 19th, 2020, teenagers looking for adventure on a warm summer day in Seattle, Washington, used the app Randonautica to explore their town. If you're not aware, Randonautica is a find your adventure app that gives you random coordinates in your local area, encouraging people to explore places they've never been before. On that afternoon, this group of teens followed the coordinates to a dock on Alki Beach. There, they discovered a suitcase floating in the water. Curious as to what was inside, the group worked together to unzip it. And what they found inside prompted a call to law enforcement.
Guys, we found a suitcase at the beach.
You guys can go. I'll do stuff.
Bro. Wait, open it. Open it. It stinks, y'all.
You watch though. It's
Oh! Oh!
God. Dude.
All the boys and girls, joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea. Joy to you and me. Joy to the world. All the boys and girls. Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea. Joy to you and me. Man. Ugh.
Okay, so she's calling the police so we can see if it's actually a dead body or it's just food.
After several hours, police responded. Because the tide had come in, they were forced to fish the suitcase out of the rising tide and managed to bring it up onto land just in time. Inside, they found 2 sets of partial human remains. Just 2 days later, they found more remains in a separate suitcase located along the Duwarmish River. It was obviously a homicide, but who were the victims, and how many did they have? After several days, police were able to identify the deceased as Austin Werner and Jessica Lewis, a young couple who had been last heard from sometime in late May. An investigation into their past and long discussions with their family led police to their first and most likely suspect. Their former landlord, 62-year-old Michael Lee Dudley, who was reportedly the last person to see them. And not just the last person to see them, but a person they clearly feared. Because just weeks before Austin and Jessica's bodies were found, they told a close friend that if something happened to them, Mike was behind it. And
Why do people do that? If something happens to me, this person's behind it. Why don't you move out of your environment? You control your environment. Get out.
You have no idea what this is about? Am I under arrest? You said that I'm under arrest? Technically, you're under arrest. That's why you're here. Why am I under arrest? Well, we're investigating a death. So, a couple people that's supposed to have been staying at your place. Are you got lost? Yeah. So, technically, to bring you in here, you're under arrest. For what? Related to their death. Investigation of homicide. Are you out of your mind? You're saying I killed him? Well, that's what I want to talk to you about.
He already told on himself by saying you're saying I killed them.
I didn't do it. Okay. They're my friends. Okay then. Okay, people are saying you had something to do with it. Who's saying that? I'm going to explain all this to you, okay? But that's why you're here. You're asking.
And the police officers are like, I'm asking the questions here, bro.
Take a breath, okay? I just need to ask questions, that's all. You have questions? I got a question. Why did you come ask me this like a month ago? Because we were investigating things and people are coming forward and telling us stuff. So before I come to you, it's not one of these things where
he said, why did you come to me a month ago? Let's see when he killed. Maybe a month ago. Maybe a little bit later.
Matter, right? Yeah. Okay, so if people are pointing the finger at you, I'm going to see what everybody has to say first, and then we're going to talk to you. I would think that if they had been living there, you would just come talk to me first. Well, and who are these people? A number of people. Okay, I can't tell you who it is, but it's people that know.
I can't tell you
property and things like
how I know my stuff, but you're gonna tell me.
You know what's going on. Well, so woman next door. Well, let me finish. First of all, I understand you have problems with her. I can't tell you who's talking to me just because as part of my investigation. We don't do that. We don't. But listen. I'm going to explain to you. The reason you're here is because we took you into custody, bring you in to talk to you. At the same time, I served a warrant on your residence. And I figured you were sitting here all day, right? Exactly. I have forensic people out there going through your property and things like that. Okay? And I just want to get how much you know about Austin and Jessica that lived with you. Because apparently that's the last place they were seen alive. Okay, so I just want to make sure. That's him? Okay, that's Austin. Okay, I just want to make sure we know who we're talking about. It looks like her. It looks a little different. But it's a booking photo. Yeah, I know. And it's 2017. It's 3 years old. You could change it. Makeup. Yeah, and I just want to make sure. I always throw an easy one in there. Who's that? That's me. Okay. Without glasses. And who's that? That looks like an old photo of his aunt, Renee. Okay.
You're right. So, let me ask you, when did Austin and Jessica move in with you?
Oh God. Twice. I don't know where to start with this one.
First of all, let me ask you this. How did you meet them?
I had to Renee.
Renee was Austin's aunt, a woman who both Austin and Jessica had a very close relationship with. You see, both Austin and Jessica struggled with substance use disorder, and as a result, they were homeless. Wanting to help them, in early 2020, Renee suggested they move into Michael's home after she moved out. Michael ran his house as an Airbnb from time to time, but also had long-term tenants who helped run the Airbnb in order to get a lower rent. Renee was the original tenant helping with the Airbnb and offered Austin and Jessica up as her replacement. For Austin and Jessica, the offer was a saving grace. They had no money, nowhere to go, and just the clothes on their back, which makes what happened to them even more devastating. But before we move on to the details, be sure to subscribe if you like watching killers like Mike get caught in their own lies. That's literally all we do here.
Law Tigers is a great organization, and they help riders who get hurt, and that's the key thing. I've always referred my customers to Law Tigers because they get the right person in front of that customer. They walk them through the whole sequence.
You guys really are able to give us a sense of balance in that time.
I see them everywhere. Anything bike-related, they're out there supporting the community, supporting bikers.
It just brings the camaraderie to the scene. It's bringing all the good people together.
If they ever get injured in a motorcycle accident.
Law Tigers, baby. All Law Tigers, the motorcycle attorneys.
Still collecting rent like it's $19.99? Meet Avail, the all-in-one software made for landlords. Collect rent payments, security deposits, move-in fees, and more in one platform. It's easy and secure for you and your tenants.
Yeah, right, so they can
Get
track
paid on
everything.
time, every time. Sign up for free today at avail.co. Chosen by over 950,000 landlords.
Car traffic.
Cars are pretty much except for when that idiot next door fires up his big hot rod and all day long, you know.
That's right, the guy to the north. Is that the guy to the north?
Yeah, Rick.
Oh, okay.
And he's not that bad. He's just his wife. And I don't know. While I was in Sacramento, I guess her and Renee, locked horns or something.
Oh, really?
And I got Renee out of there and actually moved her to Sacramento where she's doing well and she likes it.
Yeah.
And but his wife doesn't want to let go of it. Well, I mean, she's just really. Every time I turn around, she's walking around with cameras or putting up signs on the boundary fence, and the fence law is really specific.
That's the woman to the north.
Yeah, I mean, you can't post signs on boundary fences without. I mean, he thinks it's his fence, but it's not. It's a shared fence.
Yeah, and if you don't agree to it, then.
And there's a procedure. It's not your fence because you were there earlier.
Yeah,
first.
It's true.
Yeah,
you've done your research on this, haven't you?
Yeah. I've been kind of mellow, but on it, I try not to, because I think, Renee and her got into it. That's, fine. I took care of it as fast as I could. Probably for the better of everyone, but she just doesn't let go. I mean, she's just every time I turn around.
So when Austin and Jessica were saying that, you weren't running an Airbnb then, were you?
No, they were there. It was during the quarantine.
Okay.
Pretty much. They were for a little bit before the quarantine, I think like earlier in the year. And they took off. And then I got a call from him one day, and he had some car troubles down in Federal Way. And I said something, but I went down and helped him out.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got the same drug issues or similar. Not really my business. Right. Okay.
All right. Boom. We have completed it.
Having trouble.
Now we are detangled.
So I figured it would probably be better for everybody if he just went sleep. Right. Yeah. So I offered him, a bedroom, and then quarantine hit, and we couldn't go anywhere.
You were kind of stuck with him.
Yeah.
But he and Jessica moved into your place then, or they end up staying there during the quarantine.
Yeah.
Okay. And
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my bigger hook for the bottom part of this because
they have both rooms.
So much faster,
I think the last one was the blue room.
Okay. Jessica and Austin stayed in what is referred to as the blue bedroom, which you will hear police refer to several times. Initially, from an outside perspective, Michael seemed like a great guy and the perfect landlord. He drove Jessica and Austin's job interviews, and he even called their family members to update them on how they were doing. But he wasn't being quite as helpful as he claimed, because while Austin and Jessica weren't paying rent, they were paying for being there in other ways, and eventually, they paid with their lives. Okay. So, of course, everybody's saying that's the last place they were there, that you were angry at them, you wanted them out of there, and that you own a gun, and that you're an ex-SEAL. There's all sorts of talk about you, dude. So technically, I need to bring in investigation of and find out what your story is. Are you an ex-SEAL?
No.
Okay. Ever been in the military?
I was Navy brat. I was born at a naval base.
Oh, so when Austin and Jessica were staying there, anybody else staying there when you guys were just on lockdown?
We were just kind of on lockdown.
Okay. Did you have any problems with Austin at all?
The biggest problem I had with him was stealing.
Mm-hmm. Everybody says he would steal anything if it wasn't locked.
He was a freaking prolific thief and user, and his habit was to steal enough to get back, do it, then go and steal something else and do it again. And I'm not the judge of people.
Right.
I'm not, far be it. But, I told him, this is not a chop shop.
Mm-hmm. What did he steal from you?
He didn't steal anything from me in particular. He would break things.
Was he clumsy?
Where's my tools or whatever. But, I would piss me off to come out and find, not my tools, but someone else's tools out there.
Yeah, that's a problem.
I don't like, it could be, funny. But, we had words about that. Mm-hmm. And I told him how I felt that, when I buy something, I earn it, and I appreciate it, I take care of it. And I'm sure whoever, had that, wherever he got it,
Right.
And then he would change his tactics, like, I traded this for that, and just, I tried very hard to set an example for him and get him to even opportunities to make the right choices. And I don't expect anybody to just say, hey, but he was coming around, but he was playing with some very dangerous games.
What do you mean?
Gangsta stuff, and he kind of.
Did he ever bring anyone out to the house?
He was very bitter in his mind about that. No, he was very, he didn't want anyone to know where he was laying his head.
Oh, okay. Where he was laying his head.
Yeah.
Okay. Did anybody ever come to your place, give you heat for him or anything like that?
Doing what?
Cause any heat for you and brought any grief in your life for those guys being out there?
No, not that I can really think of.
Did you really bring any trouble back to your house?
No, mostly just stolen cars.
Stolen cars?
Yeah.
Okay. Prolific?
Huh?
Prolific?
1 or 2 a week?
Yeah.
That was concerning.
Yeah. Do you remember an incident where someone left a bullet in your guys' mailbox for him with his name on it?
Yeah, I found that. Yeah.
Tell me about that. I only asked that because, we just talked to Renee. And Renee relayed that story to me.
Okay, just now?
Just not too long ago. Okay. So.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised to call her first.
Remember what kind of round it was? Caliber?
So rifle round.
Austin was allegedly stealing cars, but it wasn't to fuel his addiction. Not solely, at least. It was to fund Michael's. You see, according to several friends of Austin and Jessica, Michael ordered Austin and Jessica to go do jobs for him. These jobs included stealing cars, car parts, and retail goods from businesses and people of Michael's choosing. Michael would then sell them in an online marketplace and use that money to fund his own drug addiction. A drug addiction that you will repeatedly hear him deny having.
So,
got a pile of clothes you never wear anymore? Turn them into cash with Vinted. Snap a photo, list your item. Easy. Once it sells, the buyer covers shipping. And with zero seller fees, you keep every dollar you earn.
We'll get back to the tango untangling once we arrive at the
With millions of users and low cost for your buyers, it's easy to...
But as of right now...
I mean, besides that, anybody else ever come up there and cause grief to Austin or Jessica or anything?
No, he was very private and secretive. And I don't recall... I mean, he was like,
I'm going to switch both again because I'm on that side that's a little bit tighter.
Like I told, I don't want to know, I don't have time for all this, bullshit.
I agree with you.
But, again, we were quarantined together and, got to know him pretty good, and her, got to know them both pretty good. And like I said, that's what he did. He stole.
Mm-hmm.
He would prefer to do that over work. And there's a lot of people that
see if I can get through this part.
Probably
with the bigger
would have
one
wanted
instead
him
of the
to
little one.
do it that way. From some stories he was telling
It's
me,
going to be looser on the side and that's
trying to
right.
steal a truckload of tools down there in Canton. Someone came out with AK, fully automatic AK-47.
This is what he told you?
That's what he was telling me. He was telling me, like, how he bagged some drugs from some Mexican cartel. Mm-hmm. Well, he's always talking about, like, one of the things was either the cartel, the Kent hoodlums, or the Kent police. It was just, that was just three main things. But he'd go on and on about, his conspiracies and this and that. But then he said, no, it wasn't Mexicans, it was Samoans. Okay. And if I got this right, it's going to be, he robbed the Samoans who robbed the Mexicans who owed money to some cartel. Wow. And then, take it later.
Did he say what he robbed from the Samoans?
He said it was like duffel bags full of.
Okay.
Which, I think he took to me. And I said, I don't want to know this. Don't talk to me about this. It's not part of my life.
How long ago was that?
That was, there's track of time with all this. We're in August already?
Yeah, it's 19th.
Shit, this month's gone by fast.
Yeah.
August. I keep wanting to say May, but I'm just pulling that out of my head. It was, he was talking about for a long time. It was like he was stalking these people, and then he tried to get me to come help him. I said no. Yeah, it might have gone on from May to June, July, something like that.
Okay.
Like, it's like.
Do you ever give names or anything of who he crossed?
I did, but I don't remember.
Right.
I'm really bad with names, and I don't want to know.
No. Yeah.
I heard he said like the big honcho Samoan surprisingly lived close by.
I'm sure.
I think he said Abe. I don't. But that I haven't met any of these people. Don't know any of them. Don't want to know any of them. Don't want them on my property. Don't want them. Don't. Yeah.
Do you ever show up? Has Abe ever been on your property? This guy Abe?
I wouldn't know him.
Okay.
I think the only Samoans ever been on my property were when I had the driveway put in.
This might go without saying, but there is absolutely no evidence that Austin had any involvement with the cartel or a Samoan gang. But for our boomer Michael here, that's apparently the scariest, most believable thing he could come up with. Except for police, it's nothing but an eye roller.
So, I just talked to some of my forensics people out there at your house. Okay, so no one else was staying there during the quarantine time with you guys, except you, Jessica, Austin. Was Renee there, or is
second round?
Okay, so it's just the three of you. I gotta ask you, you ever shoot your gun in your house?
I have occasionally. I think admit it. I had a misfire.
Okay.
Sometimes. But,
can you explain that to me?
Well, I know, but we're playing around with it.
The reason,
they were playing around with the gun.
My forensic people, they're finding stuff, and I mean, and it's like, hey,
that thing's been there for like 50 years too. Every New Year's and 4th of July, stuff comes rolling down through the roof. Like at least two whole roof holes there.
Okay.
In repair, but what are your forensic people finding? I mean,
well, they're in the blue room, and they said there's two bullet strikes on the wooden bed frame. So I'm like,
okay.
So can you explain that?
I got that from my friend Tom, and
this is gonna be so cute.
Been there for a long time.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna make it go a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got years.
Yeah,
it's been around for a long time. So, but I don't know what that has to do with anything.
Well, again, we're looking for any sign. I mean, knowing that's the last place they were seen alive.
Yeah, I'm gonna put more.
Trying to figure out which room they were in. You're saying the blue room.
More like a top.
Okay. Can you see where? To me, as an investigator, it's like a bed frame here, and there's bullet strikes on the bed frame. Okay. Did you see anything about them in the news? About?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what did you see all about in the news about them?
I heard something about Alki Beach and washed up in suitcase full of garbage bags or something.
Okay. And did you hear anything about the cause of death or anything? Like, they've been shot or anything like that?
Yeah, I heard something about that, yeah.
Okay. So, with that being said, people are like pointing the finger at you. I go out there, again, hold on.
Pointing the finger at me.
People that know you, that maybe don't like you. Okay. So I'm just.
Who doesn't like me?
Well, again, not everybody likes everybody, okay? There's people that don't like you. Well, I can't, again, I told you, I'm not going to tell you who it is. I can't do that. But at the same time, with that being said, I mean, I have people call me and say, well, Cooper, you got bullet strikes in this blue room in the bed frame. Okay, and
what does that mean?
Well, I'm asking you, because I'm asking you, do you recall your gun to being discharged in that room at any time?
Oh, no. No, I think it's more like the living room.
Okay. Anybody else discharge guns in your house that you know?
Not to my knowledge. Austin always carried a sawed-off shotgun with him, and Jessica had a pistol in her purse.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Okay. And has anybody ever been injured in that room or anything? Because I'm being told there's blood in the room too.
Well, yeah. I mean, Jessica cut her 18 stitches in her thigh, and she was mucking around with one of these they call them pressure washers. So you come up with.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Had yeah.
How long ago was that?
I don't know. Sometime. I just, they went up to Highline Hospital. She got 18 stitches.
Okay.
The blood going everywhere.
Okay. So that blood could be hers?
I don't know.
Okay.
And he went through all my first aid kits. What he was doing with them.
Who?
Austin. Hopefully he wasn't shooting up. I would have a problem with that.
After Austin and Jessica disappeared, Michael didn't skip a beat before he moved someone new into the home. When she got an initial tour of the property, she allegedly noticed blood pooled on a shirt in the corner of the blue bedroom. She also noticed a bullet lodged into the wall and saw that Michael at the time had scratches all over his arms and face.
They track every market so you know when to make your move.
No way.
Yes way. Realtor.com tracks local data and spots trends so you know when to make your move.
I knew that. No, you didn't.
I'm gonna go all the
Michael
way
told
around
her to wait
until
for
the
him to
green
tidy up
is
before
done,
she
and then
moved
I'm
in.
gonna add my
She
other
waited longer
white.
than that and didn't move in at all, which, given the scene, was a pretty logical move.
Okay. I also have cadaver dogs out there. You know what a cadaver dog is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And they're alerting down in the basement and stuff like that to stuff. And there's some stains down there and stuff like that. I'm just telling you what, and then I'm trying to. I'm like, see, you can explain. I have not. So
It is a freaking disaster.
Okay. Is there a chance? You bled down there? Anybody bled down there?
I'm just where I work and sleep a lot of times, just down there.
Okay.
And what are you talking about, bled or?
Well, cadaver dogs sit on
band-aids or
dead
rats or
anything that's usually they're trained to hit on human body.
I don't know what that is.
Well, when you die, you start to
decompose, rigor mortis.
Well, yeah.
So I'm asking if there's a reason why these animals.
There you go. Right.
Bodies in my basement. I'm sure of that.
Okay. Even in the chicken coop or anything like that.
You go have a look. There is a couple of things I did want to talk to you about, or see if you're aware of. I am a little concerned. You said I am under arrest.
Technically, you're under arrest, yeah.
For what?
Investigation of homicide.
I guess, what does that mean?
That means you haven't been charged with a crime.
Okay, I was going to say.
But when it says investigation of, that means that's why you're here. We're investigating it. And that's why I'm questioning you. And that's why I'm asking you about the strikes and the blood stuff and everything like that.
So, there's a couple of things that I think you should, I probably should lawyer out, but I want.
It's your choice.
You need to know some of this because they were my friends. I'm really just surprised that I haven't seen this now. And, really kind of surprised about the dramatic fashion. You could have just come and knocked on the damn door.
Yes and no. When there's other information that, we believe someone might have been involved based on what people are telling us, you got to put yourself in my shoes. I got to see what.
Just knocked on the door. Excessive drama is what I thought. Anyway, I'm not going to judge you.
Thank you. Trust me, I follow protocols and things like that. That's my feedback.
Just what every cop wants. Feedback on how they arrested you for a homicide. But Mikey Boy here is about to get some feedback of his own. How bad of a job he did covering up 2 murders, and how much worse of a job he's doing lying about it.
Remember having a conversation with your dad, with Austin's dad?
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
I wonder how they, have you done DNA tests to make sure they're related?
His dad is a nice guy. You're right. That's a good one.
I mean, they're just like so opposite that I just don't. I just scratch my head.
So we talked to him. I mean, when we started doing that Supposed to Be an Animal, we started kind of doing like a backtrack history thing on him. And Dad's like, well, I went out to Mike's place off Ambom.
He came by.
Yeah.
Looking for him.
And he's like, well, he left in a huff, et cetera, et cetera. And he said, as I was leaving, I saw at his garbage dumpster, clothes that I was pretty sure it was my kids' clothes. And I just thought that was really odd. And
they left garbage. I mean, well, I got a lot of garbage, a lot of clothes. People a lot of clothes. I didn't understand where they come from or where, but I think his aunt had a lot to do with it. But yeah, they
Renee.
Yeah, okay. She's kind of a fashionista. And I'm just now trying to get rid of some of the crap in the basement. I don't even know whose it is or where it came from.
Right.
But yeah, they left a ton of crap, clothes, and just shit. I skipped out on the rent. And so,
was they were paying you rent?
They made kind of an effort to pay rent.
What was their rent? How much were they supposed to pay?
It wasn't even close to what they would come up with like $300-400, maybe once or twice a month, and throw in food stamps and do some work.
Was there a set amount or?
It was $1,500.
$1,500.
I didn't have on contract. So that's like a third of that's the cost.
Yeah, that's right. And so it was $1,500 for 2, not just one.
Per room.
Oh, per room. So when was the last time you saw these guys alive?
$1,500 for a room.
Oh God. I can't. I don't know the exact date. I don't know. I just I haven't been really keeping track. I have to try to sit and try to figure it out. But, it was like maybe a month and a half ago. I'm just guessing.
Okay.
I don't know.
Do you remember? Do you remember police coming to your property ever?
They come all the time, and next door calls them every time I have a person of color over.
Really?
Yeah. She called them because of the auction cars.
Right.
I had to get them home, get them out of the auction yard by the weekend, so I'm all lined up out there in the yard.
What's your yard?
Yes, well, apparently it's a code violation, and I got till the 17th to get them down to 4 cars and not in the yard, all on concrete, or face a $250 fine.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't either, but that's what the code person said. So I complied, and that busted my. I did. I got them all registered and licensed. I moved some of them out on the street out front, and she called yesterday on it. Called and complained about them being abandoned vehicles, and I was sitting there. I'm sure she's poisoning my chickens. The third one.
How many chickens do you have out there?
I think I got 5 or 6 left. 5. I've had 3 of them die in the last 2-3 weeks, which is, that's unusual. First one I thought was
chickens are pretty hardy too.
Yeah. Sometimes she's poisoning them.
Anyone who has had chickens can tell you, it seems like their mission in life to die in strange, sudden ways. But Michael fully believed that his chicken's death was the result of his neighbor poisoning them, not a virus like the bird flu, which was in the midst of an epidemic during this interrogation. Not some kind of other disease, and not the sheer fact that they are the reason the term bird-brained exists. Michael's love of his animals and belief that others are out to get them went to extreme levels.
What?
When his beloved dog passed away, he slept with the dog in his room for several days before he moved the dog's body to the freezer, which isn't exactly a healthy response to grief. His previous roommate, a woman named Shelley, left her dogs with Michael while she went on vacation. When she returned, one of her dogs was missing. Michael told her nonchalantly that he killed her dog because the dog had attacked one of his hen's baby chicks. He told her it was an eye for an eye and didn't see anything wrong with it. She promptly cut contact and never spoke with him again.
So let me ask you, if you had to guess or surmise what happened to Austin and Jessica, I mean, they're dead. So they met their end by homicidal means for whatever reason. I mean, any idea what happened? I mean, when you heard about this, did any thought go through your head as far as what?
I felt kind of sad, but also, like that was the gangsta lifestyle he was living, and I tried to tell him, that's kind of like, it don't work out well, It's not happily ever after.
So you didn't have a beef with them at all?
Always had little beefs with him, always,
Well, I mean, like a beef with.
He's my friend. He's my friend.
So, and you were happy with them living there?
Well, I would have been happier if, they hadn't, like, stolen cars and did all day
and paid rent.
So I can't
Little
say,
things.
I can't say that I'm really, overjoyed, but they were good people. I mean, she would cook and bring your food stamps in, and we get along great, without the outside world there. There was two other things I had for you.
Okay.
The one I forgot. Yeah, that's one, and then what was it? Oh, okay. So you're asking, we had any fights. Our biggest, most heated argument between Austin and I was, what are you gonna do when the quarantine's over?
What he was gonna do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I told him, when I have to start shelling out, you're gonna have to start shelling out.
Right.
And it's not, the amount you're used to. So that was the heated argument we had on that. He got a little nasty on me.
Boom! Finish the green. Got on the green. And I'm gonna have to add the white to it.
So would you want him out of there then, or are you trying to get him out?
I'm gonna have to.
No, I just took care of myself.
Take that white
down there. Well, yeah, that's why I didn't do it. A couple of we just calmed down afterwards. Just two. We're just bucking horns.
So, Mike, all right. I mean, so how many ADs have you had up in your house? Accidental discharges with your gun?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm trying to understand why my people are telling me they're finding bullet holes, bullet strikes in the blue room, and they're about to cut a hole in the wall to retrieve a bullet.
I don't think I've had any in the blue room.
Okay. What you had, was it with your SIG?
No. My Beretta.
Your Beretta?
Oh man, look how much what I have left. Which means I'm gonna go faster and just keep going down. And if I must get more yarn, Michael's is just down the way. I can do that. But I'm not trying to.
I'm sure they don't have it anymore.
I mean, they're finding blood swipes, things like that. They just spray luminol in your room or in the blue room. They're probably gonna do your bedroom. You know, if there's any traces of blood or anything, that stuff is gonna pop up, even if you paint over stuff or anything like that.
Ooh. Well, what does that mean?
Well, I'm asking you because look, let me ask you. Have you had the police out on your property investigating shots fired call before?
No.
Never. Never. Because I did a history check with the King County Police Department. And on the 9th of June, they came to your house because there was neighbors had reported shots being fired inside your house.
I didn't call them.
Well, of course you're not going to call them because it came from inside your house. But I'm asking, do you remember that?
No.
Okay. Anybody else inside your house that would be firing guns?
No.
Okay. So you don't remember the cops coming there in the evening? You don't remember the cops coming on the 9th of June to your house?
No. Never knocked on the door. Never saw her talk to any cops.
Okay. If they came and knocked on the door, would you answer?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. On June 9th, 2020, police received a call from Michael's neighbor. You know, the one who keeps calling the B word that YouTube won't let us utter. The neighbor didn't just call once, she called twice. The first time, she told police that she heard several gunshots and then screaming. Someone was calling out for help. When police arrived, they knocked on the door to the residence. No one responded. So you know what they did? They left. Inside were Jessica and Austin. At that point, they may have still been clinging to life. And Mike here still believes he deserves to go home. You have a video system in your house? Video security system?
I have a camera, yeah.
Okay. What's the retention period on it?
30 days.
30 days? Okay. You know, there's a reason we don't, when people start pointing their finger at people that, I mean, Austin and Jessica lived at your place. That was the last place they lived at. They actually told people if something bad happened to me, you know, this Mike did shit to me. I'm just telling you. Well, his mom told me that.
Who?
Austin's mom.
Austin's mom told you what?
What part of, I just said that you don't understand.
Mike did shit to them?
If something ever happened to him.
Mike did shit, what does that mean?
You tell me.
I don't know.
They said if anything bad ever happened to us, look at Mike.
Why would they even
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
Why would they say it to her? Have you talked to Renee about her sister at all?
Yeah.
What does she have to say about that?
Well, I'm not going to go into what she told me or anything like that.
She told me not to talk to her sister because she's bonkers. So I know I can't help you with that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
That's just out of character.
Okay. So when we test the blood in those rooms and stuff, they're not going to come back to Jessica or
I don't know. How would I know? I'm not.
Well, it's your house.
Person.
I knew that.
They live there.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah, I don't know. You're asking me to speculate, and I can't. I don't even know what it means. You know.
Okay. I mean, I'm trying to get your side of the story. If something happened to them there, and you know something about it, this is probably the time you want to tell us.
Like I said, I didn't kill them, and I don't know what happened to them, and I'm trying to cooperate with you here, but you throw in like speculative. He said, she said.
I'm not throwing speculative. I mean, I've done my research. I know there was something that happened on the night there at your house. And there's people that don't even know you that call that in. Okay. And I just was hoping that you'd be able to put some clarity.
Never really wear it. Someone else will love them on Vinted. Just snap a pic, list your item. Easy. Once it sells, the buyer covers shipping. And with 0 selling fees, you keep every dollar. Sell what you don't wear. Earn cash to upgrade your style. With millions of users and low costs for your buyers, it's easy to start selling and earning. Start selling on Vinted today.
It's just like a very cool way to prototype extremely quickly. If I go here in Figma, I just have this design here that I pulled together. I can just take the link, I can copy the selection, and then I can go into Codex and I can just paste the link. Use the Figma skill to implement the automations page. Some clarity on it as far as what happened that night.
No, I don't recall. No, I never talked to or saw any police that.
I'm sure.
No,
okay. You weren't out of town or anything, were you?
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, I was in quarantine.
Okay, so more likely you were home?
Yeah, home or close by. I don't know.
Okay. And it's just you three?
Yeah.
So, Mike, when did you find out about Austin and Jessica's death? How did you find out?
I think Richie called me.
Richie?
Yeah, talked to Renee.
Renee? Did you see it on the news at all?
Well, I saw the news after that, yeah.
Well, there's a question. Why did you call the police?
I was waiting for you guys to call me. I figured you'd be right there.
Well, when we did call, why didn't you call?
Well, there's really nothing to report other than I figured, you'd be there.
Well, I thought
isn't that part of your standard procedure?
Yeah, but
I was kind of sitting there like wondering why, where the hell you guys have been.
But you just sat here for the last hour or so talking about how you're good friends.
Yeah.
And you heard what happened to him and how brutal it was. I think Dr. Takamoto has a good point. It's like, if they were such good friends and everything like that. Because a lot of people that were good friends that hadn't even talked to either of them for 2 or 3 years reached out to us.
Well, I suppose part of it was that I thought you guys would be coming right along pretty quick, but
when we didn't,
and I started wondering what the hell was going on.
There were people that knew them less than you did. You pretty much roomed with them. They lived with you.
Yeah.
I had a guy.
I figured you'd be the next day. I don't know where the hell you guys were.
I had a guy from Eastern Washington that hadn't talked to him for 4 years. He called us.
Yeah. So
you see why we're kind of perplexed.
Well, I was perplexed too. I was expecting you guys, at least on TV, that's what they do. They come along, I had nothing to add to it. So
actually, since Austin and Jessica have been gone, have you thrown away all their stuff and gotten rid of everything?
Oh, let me think. There might be some stuff still in the basement, but most of what they left behind was just pure garbage.
The problem with Michael framing all the items as garbage is that Austin's father saw the items left behind with his own eyes, and it was everything that Austin owned. When you're homeless, every sweater, every blanket, every pair of socks matters. Neither Austin or Jessica wouldn't have left Michael's house without taking their belongings with them. They didn't have a storage unit, or a vehicle, or a relative's house that they kept anything at. What was in that room was all of their worldly possessions.
I'm not trying to steer a red herring or anything, but and you're the professionals, not me, so I'm not trying to tell you how to do your job.
I appreciate that.
I'm just telling you what really, you asked why I didn't reach out. Well, this scared me more than, I felt there's more to contribute there than with Austin and him, because, basically there were so many people he burned that, just take a number and get in line.
Were you in that line?
No, not particularly.
Okay.
I don't deal drugs, and I don't carry lots of cash, and all I do is rent rooms and work on computers.
And my CSI people were saying they're finding drug paraphernalia out there. Do you recreationally use or anything like that? Yes or no?
I have.
Okay.
Not.
I'm asking because that way that explains why it's there. That's and all the questions I'm asking is for getting clarity from you.
Yeah, no, I'm sure for it.
Okay.
Let's say I'm 60 some odd years old. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably not much I haven't seen or done out there. So and there's so yeah.
In the past, Michael had been arrested for various drug offenses, car theft, and driving under the influence. Him using drugs was a well-known fact by his neighbors and friends. But it wasn't just the theft or drugs that made him a concern, and that's not what made Jessica and Austin want to move out. Just a week before their deaths, Austin and Jessica told friends and family members that they had seen Michael unloading boxes of firearms in the garage. They believed that Mike had seen them peek inside, and that terrified them. Whatever criminal enterprise he was getting into, it was clear he wanted to keep it a secret, and that it was bigger than anything he had ever done before. Austin and Jessica told anyone who would listen that they were trying to get out of the home, but needed to find a place to lay their heads first. The last thing they said to one of their close friends was, "If we disappear, you know who did it." And at this point, so do police. Even if Michael thinks he's outsmarted them.
You did it.
One last thing. What's that?
Okay.
I found that on the ground outside the other day. I don't know where it's from.
It's 7.62 by 39 round.
AK?
Yeah.
I'm really excited. Really, really happy to see what it looks like. I'm most likely gonna go.
Ultimately, Michael Lee Dudley
because I'm
was
gonna be
found
taking
guilty
so
of
much
2
of this
counts of
fence, I don't have
second-degree
to go to the
murder.
store.
He was sentenced to 46 years behind bars without the chance of parole, meaning that he won't be released until he is 111 years old. And, unless he plans on breaking any world records, that likely won't be happening. Our thoughts are with Jessica and Austin's loved ones, who lost not just one person they loved, but 2. Thank you for tuning in. Nearly 85% of everyone watching isn't subscribed. Your subscription and support would mean the world to us, so we can keep bringing you more content just like this. Before you go, check out one of our craziest cases right here,
they're gonna go have some
or one of my
fun
newest ones
with the
right
other
here.
dog Bella, but
you can look at the same evidence 100 times.
We've been playing outside all day. I gotta go.
If you don't know what you're
Say
looking
hi to
for,
them again. Or else they're gonna be like,
911, what's your emergency?
I'm hot, I'm boiling hot.
I think she's still in there. Can you be more specific?
Ooh.
Oh my God, I need help.
Maybe they wanna come inside and be lovely with me.
Calm. We have a unit on the way.
I'm sure. I'm probably gonna go turn this off and then get back on again later to finish everything and go play with them.
Territorial disputes over cosmetic jurisdiction, or vanity vandalism. That's what they called me in for.
A new study shows that makeup-cluttered sinks are straining relationships across America.
Sounded ridiculous.
Hey guys, follow up on day 17 of fighting for literally 1 inch of counter space. Look at this. Girl, that's mine!
I kept thinking, how was this even a crime? Yeah, I just couldn't wrap my head around the kind of trauma they were describing. Until I saw the carnage for myself. Maya and Dante Formosa, newlyweds, 1 bathroom. And a vanity we on the force classify as a blush-forward environment with no sign of de-escalation. It's hard to talk about. The first time, I thought home intruder. The second time, I thought we were being targeted. By the 5th time, I realized this was all Maya.
Maya.
Why Dante is crashing out over this. Like, what exactly did he think I was doing in there? Everyone knows my blush game is elite. And that night was drag queen bingo. There's a certain standard.
We made eye contact as they were taking her away for interrogation. Her eyes looked dead. No remorse. Just void.
Wait, what did he say about my eyes? Dead eyes? It's called aura, Dante. Look it up.
This marriage was hanging by a thread. I told the Bureau I needed backup. Warrants, wiretaps, surveillance vans, call in the cavalry. Instead, they sent me a shrink. A cosmetic shrink. The Federal Cosmetic Crime Task Force had identified a national epidemic. But you don't stop an epidemic one case at a time. You identify the reason it's happening in the first place. That's where I came in. This many products suggests attachment.
Attachment to my face?
To control. To identity.
Wow, you're really building a case here.
You have to understand I'm on your side. I don't look for blame. I look for behavior. We were chasing our tails. Maya clammed up and another relationship was circling in the drain over a damn sink. That's when Sparrow flipped the script on the whole operation.
Getting satisfied.
There was one person who understood cosmetic behavior better than anyone.
I'm so happy. Yeah,
I'm
very happy.
No one shaped faces like Tigris Archimedes.
Now I'm gonna bring this down, more down here, so that it's more like a strap. I just love how the color combination came.
Experimenting with products in ways no one had.
Let me let the dogs in here. Let's see if they're gonna let me finish with the white here first.
Lipstick.
They may
Shadow
not.
is contour. Highlighter mixed with foundation. One time he bronzed
Boy,
Giselle's clavicle
you
with
can
lip
come
gloss.
here.
Next thing, everyone's declaring it collarbone season.
Tigris, what's next for you? The dawn of a new beauty era is upon us.
No, not right now. See?
And then one day,
I just want to play.
just
See? I have to check.
everyone remembers the day Tigris disappeared.
What is it? What is it? Okay. All right. I'm going to end the live now, and then I will come back. Because my goal is to finish this. I can't even hear myself. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be back.